you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Oh, it's another Thursday, and it's the Roundtable. Hi, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon, and this is the 155th Thursday that we get to spend with each other, and it is our last Thursday of Pride. Hello, happy Pride, and happy Thursday, everybody. I'm excited for you to be here, and I am so grateful to celebrate and spend some time with you all. I love, love, love every moment that I get to spend with you. Hi, everybody. Christine says, hello, Robert and all the Roundtablers. Happy Pride. Here's to another fabulous show. Margaret says, hi, Robert. Always and forever Pride protector and follower. The nicest people I know are LGBTQ. They are so nice and talented. Happy Pride. Thank you, Margaret. I appreciate you so much. And hello, peeps. Hi, Lattes. You know, it was Latte's birthday. Oh, yes. It was Latte's birthday, everybody. And happy birthday to lots of lattes. And I may have a little bit of this moment.
So that means the rest of you came here because you love drag. Make some noise for yourself. Through when I got excited for this. Mama, you look amazing. I love it. The Maryland crab. Yes. Janelle.
Look at Latte's birthday at Lucky Chang's with the drag queens. How fun! Look at her. Look at her. Come on, Lattes. Full Pride regalia. Happy birthday. I'm so happy that you had the best. No, we knew you meant pride and not prude. Don't you worry about it, Margaret. My mom is here. Hi, honey, and everyone. Happy Pride. Adrian, happy Pride. Hi, how you doing? And thanks for being here. Hey, and Fran. Hi, Grandma. Hi, everybody that's watching, and happy Pride to us all. So are you ready? We have a controversial hot take question from my friend Marie McGee in Richfield Park, New Jersey. Adrian's going to write a paragraph on this one. Just what? No, Lattes. It was so good. Lucky Chang's is so fun. I loved it. All right, here we go. Let's take it for our question. The hot take. And it's mandatory you answer.
It's smoking.
So Marie wants to know, what does 4th of July and Independence Day mean to you and your family as we celebrate it next week? We will have shows next week. It will be a day early. Am I right? It's 4th of July. What day is 4th of July? I don't know. What day is today? What day is any? So we will have the show on the 3rd. Yes, we will have a show next week. Kem will be here. Detroit's own Kem, platinum selling superstar. I love Kem so much. You'll have to check it out next week, and I'll tell you more about the shows to come. All right. Yes, look, woohoo, Lattes, your birthday looked so much fun. See, she says, was it epic? It was epic. I told you Adrian was going to say, oh boy, what does 4th of July mean to you? Tell me in your answer. I have so much to tell you about. I celebrated a month of being married, and you know what's funny? My brother called me. My brother said, what'd you do this afternoon? And I said, I did 3 interviews. And he said, oh, cool. Who were your interviews with? And I said, a man defending Smokey Robinson from the allegations of that Smokey Robinson faced from his secretary, a drag queen who's doing a show for Fringe Fest, and a rock band called Les Zeppelin, which are lesbians that sing Led Zeppelin. If any of that excited you, drag queens, lesbians, Smokey Robinson, well, this is your show. This is for you. Welcome to the Roundtable. Also, you could have met us at 6:30 over on the pre-show, which is an Instagram live, where my show is hijacked by a 16-year-old girl singing Shanice in Chicago. Her Instagram name is Moo to Moo too. And once she sang Smile, she continued to sing Shanice. And I'm just happy Shanice has fans like that. But then she wouldn't stop singing. So if that also is something that entertains you, welcome to the Roundtable. Here's the you all are stupid. You all are stupid. You're all bad people. And I was shady, but in a nice way. Maybe it wasn't nice. You got to check us out on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Robert M. Bannon. Also, while you're here, we have new fancy things, so I might as well show you them. You can always like and subscribe. Isn't that fun? To us right now, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe to the show, because I don't want you to miss a moment. We have this too. Thank you for being here, and thank you for always being here every single week without fail, no matter who comes on the show. you're just as mentally ill as I am. And I appreciate you so much for being here with me. Here's the week in review, because these interviews are long and I know y'all got to go to bed. Y'all are old. You're not old. You're not. I know you're not old. You're just like me. It was my wedding anniversary. Look at us. Oh, my goodness. We're so cute. We're together for we were together for a month. And look at my crown. He crowned me. Who's the queen? Depends on the day. Maybe both of us. And look at us. We're cute. Happy 1 month, babe. We made it a month and a lot forever to go. And big shout out to our friend Kaylin Allen, who wrote the most beautiful post about me and Darius. And the comments were funny as heck. Oh my God. The comment that said, that shouted out Darius's hair and shouted out us. And like, people were so kind. There's always some jerks that say stupid things to us always, but so many nice people, so many well wishes. Thousands of people sent well wishes to us after Kaylin posted. Kaylin was our officiant. And it is true. We hit it off here on the Roundtable. And then Kaylin, Darius is such a fan. And we had this idea to ask him. And he said yes. And he made it happen. He made our day so incredibly extra special. So shout out to our friend, Kaylin Allen. The Cat Daddies want to know which photo we're going to print out and enlarge in our home. Well, the space is there. I don't think we picked one yet. But, I always say I'm not in charge of the house. Darius is got a vision for our house. And I think we've narrowed it down to some good choices. And we have not picked out an album. We haven't picked out any pictures yet. But thanks, Cat Daddies. Well, I'm going to let you know. But we just got them back. So I'm so excited to share them. And they're so fun to look at. I can't wait for the video. Mom says, congratulations, super sweet. Thanks, Mom. So we also, this week, a tree fell. A tree fell on our block after a really bad rainstorm. It was a rainstorm. The streets all flooded outside of our home. The doggy was soaking wet. Poor Diamond was soaked, trying to go out and go to the bathroom. So this tree fell a block away from us and knocked all the power lines out. So we didn't have power on and off for 2 days. So we took the dog to dinner last night while the power was out. 2 nights ago, we took the dog to dinner in the doggy stroller. Darius covers it up when we're around other people so she don't jump out. And we went and had some food and we survived the hot weather with the doggy stroller, and it was cute. And they love Diamond, and Diamond's such a good girl out in these streets. I've been teaching Darius's nephew, my nephew-in-law Jamel, how to drive. So I've been driving with him, and I have a sticker on the back of my car. I forgot the picture that says student driver, and I forgot to take it off today. So at work, the teachers were like, "Are you learning how to drive? Are you running a driving school?" Let me tell you, in the scheme of jobs, this is a job I would never want in my life. Teaching someone how to drive. Jamel's doing a great job, but the cars are crazy. People are crazy. Everyone's crazy. Holy moly, folks. Please be good to your driving instructors. I can't wait for Jamel to get his license. I'm so proud. So that was our week. It was a good week. It was a lot of fun things going on this week. Make the best of the crazy situations that we all are living through as we go through our days and our times together. We went to dinner on the east side of Detroit. I've never been over there. Grosse Pointe, St. Clair Shores, Grosse Pointe, like Grosse Pointe Blank, the movie. Darius was out, y'all, dressed to the gods. Look, he looks like a picture in National Enquirer where it says stars are just like us. He is in this caftan regalia with the shorts and the Louis bag and the glasses. And he is giving summer fashionista all day. I was like, oh my God, my husband is beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome picture of you both. So that really, his long hair, it's beautiful. I was told I'm not allowed to ask. Some days it's there and some days it's not, Margaret. Yes, he was done. That he is a fashionable person. So it was so much fun. So it was a good week. I hope you all had a great week as well. All right, let's keep it going with our shameless plug.
'Cause I'm shameless.
Darius always looks fabulous, says A. And little Sam says, cool, that's amazing and great. Hey, little Sam, happy summer, buddy. Can't wait to see you when I come comes visit, coming. So yes, always done. Beat to the gods out here. What's this week? What I got for you? Tomorrow, our Alyssa Edwards interview is up on Broadway World. Alyssa Edwards is coming to New Jersey on Monday. If you're in New Jersey, go to bergenpack.org and see our first Pride performance. I was able to get Margaret Josephs from the Real Housewives to show up and introduce Alyssa in the show. I don't even live in New Jersey right now or anymore. I bought a house here, but let me tell you, they're still having me work out there at Bergen Pack. So shout out to them. If you're free tomorrow, visit. My mom's going to see Led Zeppelin. If you love Led Zeppelin, then you can see these 4 amazing women do their show. Bergen Pack is the place to see great art in Bergen County. It's Bergen County's largest performing arts center and my first job ever. So make sure you check that out. Next week, I told you all that Kem, Detroit's own, will be here. And then the following week, Mallory Lewis will be here, who is Shari Lewis's daughter, to make an announcement that we are the first place. She's going to make a big giant announcement, and she's bringing lamb chop. And I will cry. I'm warning you. If lamb chop talks to me, I'm crying. So don't go anywhere. The Roundtable is coming to you all summer long. Lots of big stars are already reaching out, and we're trying to make things work. So don't go anywhere. We're going to keep on trucking and doing this show. We're on the Broadway Podcast Network every single day as well. Thank you to everybody who's commented. I've seen Christine, Marie, the Cat Daddies, who listen and watch all our content and all our videos that don't make it on the Thursday show or Friday on Broadway World. I see you and I appreciate you, and I love you all for keeping this show going, and we're growing bigger and better every single year. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Are you ready? It's the Detroit moment.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. What up, though?
I'm excited. Darius got me something that I've been dying to try from Detroit. Rosemary says you can take the man out of New Jersey, but you can't take New Jersey out of the man. That's my girl, Rosemary. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Rosemary. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you when I come back home. You are so sweet and so kind, always, always, always to me. I love you much. Thank you. You gotta. I'm always Jersey in my heart. The Cat Daddies say this show is a cultural enrichment. That is very kind, because sometimes it's trashy mess. Sometimes it's highbrow. So there's a place in Detroit for the cultural enrichment. That's right. You got it. Jersey. Oh, Jersey. So there's a place called What's the Dill? Like, what's the dealio? Like, what's the deal? That serves sandwiches on pickles. And it's a Detroit special because it comes with a couple. Okay, so we'll do it in parts. This is a Faygo soda, or in Detroit, they would call it a pop. And they make this in Detroit, in the east side of Detroit. It's called Red Pop. I actually love the red. They don't make a lot of diet. They do have some diet, cola. So for this lunch or dinner special, you get a pop. What's the deal? You get a bag of Better Made potato chips, which is also made in Detroit. And let me tell you, potato chips in Detroit is like a whole thing. Like, it's its own culture. Like, when I go to my meetings at work, I've been writing new curriculum for Detroit high schools, and they just put out potato chips. Like, potato chips, everyone goes to the store, they buy their potato chips, they have their favorite potato chips. Better Made is the Detroit staple. They're very good. They have a hot flavor barbecue that I like. They're everywhere. Like, it is its own food group in Detroit, is Better Made potato chips. And then I ate half of it because it's my dinner and I was hungry. They have the pickle sandwich. So this sandwich is pastrami, peppers, lettuce, tomato on a pickle. It's a little messy. So it's on a pickle as bread. There's no carbs, people. So the pickle is carved out and the pastrami is here. And then there's the lettuce and there's cheese and there's pepper. Are we going to bite it? Is this a Pride show joke? Is this what I'm supposed to make a joke about Pride and pickles? I'm not eating a pickle in front of all these people. When I tell you, it's the right kind of pickle because it's got that sourness to it with the pastrami saltiness. We're going to eat this when we show the interview. That's a good time. See, these are the things. This is why you come here, for the cultural enrichment. I will eat a pickle live on the show. I'm not against doing anything on this show. What's the deal right here around the corner in Detroit? All of you stop it. All of you get your minds out of the gutter. All of you, do you have a napkin? Oh, that would have been a good idea. Napkin would have been. Adrian enjoys a good bit. I hate this show. This whole evening has given me joy. I think you're all nuts. We all enjoy a good pickle. Unless you're going to the lesbian Led Zeppelin show. No pickles. My mom will be there. And that is also going to be great. I want to say, can I give a hey friend hey?
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
Can I shout out Sherry Shepherd? You know, I've only watched 25 minutes of this movie. Good night. All of you are trouble, trouble, trouble. So Sherry Shepherd is in this Straw movie with Taraji P. Henson. And Sherry Shepherd, besides hosting her show, she acts her face off as a bank manager. And I can't wait to finish the movie. She is so damn good. And she's done this show twice. And, you know, I saw her here in Detroit. And she deserves more kudos for being a good actress. Oh, my God. You all told me about it. Lattes told me about it. People told me about Straw. Sherry better act. Taraji better act. I loved it. So good. That's all I got for you today. I got a lot of interviews for you. Like a lot of it. 2 long, good, funny, kiki funny interviews. This is really good for you all. I don't have a favorite thing besides the pickle. I love it. How much money can I make doing mukbang? Does that do anything for anyone sensationally? You know, like people who watch people eat crab legs on videos. I never knew that people did that till Adrian told me. Now that she does it. Moving on. I'm going to do the hot take and then get myself going here. What are you doing for 4th of July? For 4th of July this year? Well, Christine says that I don't think this 4th of July will feel the same for most of us from too many being discriminated against, trying to make too many feel less than, but we the people means everyone. But growing up, over the years, our family has always celebrated 4th of July with food cookouts, back in the day, pool parties, gatherings, watching local fireworks, and TV specials. Sounds perfect to me. I love all of that. That sounds perfect. Stop the pickles, please. Adrian says, I love watching them. I told you she watches people eat. I don't know. God bless us all. Marie says, I remember this country's fight for freedom and celebrating the USA. Every heart beats true under the red. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue. But it's never a boast or brag. I remember that. Wearing the colors of the American flag is my 4th of July tradition. I love that, Marie. That's good. She was from Richmond Park, where Adrian's from. They have a parade. It's the longest running parade in the United States. And there's fireworks, and they do a big thing for the 4th of July. And Adrian says, 4th of July means family, friends, and putting our chairs out the night before for the big Main Street parade in Richmond Park, barbecue, my cousin Julie. But this year feels different for obvious reasons. However, I will celebrate, but in a different way. I'm taking back our red, white, and blue. I love that. Adrian is going to fight the fight out here in these streets. We're going to be home, and I don't feel very patriotic, but I do love the freedoms we have and the promise of America. I hope we fulfill that promise. And I hope we fulfill that promise that we the people means everybody, no matter what race, gender, sexuality, religion, color, place in the world you are. We are the beacon of freedom and hope in the entire world. And I hope that the people in Washington continue that. I wish the very best for this country. God bless America and everybody in it, no matter if you're here as a documented citizen, an undocumented citizen, brown, black, male, female, non-binary, trans. We all are Americans that are here. We all have the rights and ideals of America, and our families came here for those rights, and it's our right to defend them. So I say this 4th of July, let's try to, we may not have the goals and we may not look like the way we want to, but that doesn't mean we won't forever. So let's hope for the best and be part of our active citizenship and vote and be active in local politics to make a change. We can't complain if we don't do anything about it. So amen. As Margaret says, we all are. That's the truth. And yes, lamb chop, 2 weeks, hold on to your hat. Make your own lamb chop at home with a sock. I love Nathan Lee Graham. He's been my friend, and he has become a big star. Mid-Century Modern is an incredibly fun show over on Hulu. It is a trip. It is a good binge-worthy show this weekend. If you have not watched it, you should. He's a movie star. He's a Broadway star. He's absolutely ridiculously funny. We had a little bit of a rough reception, but you're going to love our chat. It is a kiki for pride. He is ridiculous. I'm so excited. For the first time on this show, the one and only Nathan Lee Graham makes his Roundtable debut. Well, happy Pride, everybody. And as you know, we've been celebrating Pride, and I couldn't think of a better guest this year than the one and only Nathan Lee Graham. I have seen him on screen. I have seen him off Broadway. I have seen him on Broadway. I have seen him on TV in my house. I think he is hysterical and funny, and I better class it up because I find him to be he's a classy lady here in this show. You know, he is it's a real deal. Nathan Lee Graham has made us laugh forever. And the new show, Mid-Century Modern, is a must-see, especially this Pride. I'm so excited. He's been I think he's traveling around the whole entire world. He's going to be everywhere, and he made some time to be with us. Nathan Lee Graham, welcome back to our show.
Well, thank you so very much, Robert. Thank you. Are you getting married soon?
I am getting married this Sunday.
Oh, Mazel Tov. Congratulations. This is so fabulous.
Thank you. And you know, Nathan, see, I told you, classy. Nathan, he is a good Midwestern man like you. He is from Michigan.
No, I'm from Missouri.
Oh, so you're the South. Missouri's the South.
Well, let's get it all correct. I was born in St. Louis, but raised in Los Angeles, and I've lived in New York City for most of my life. But St. Louis is not considered the South. It's considered the Midwest because it's not south of the Mason-Dixon line.
You got it. So, see? Oh, clack, 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 clack.
Yes, she's country, but she's not Southern. You know, Missouri, that is.
Well, you know, I'm just Jersey trashy gang.
Listen, Jersey is the Garden State.
We are the Garden State.
Yes, it's a beautiful state. I don't know why it gets so trashed all the time.
I know. Why do they trash us, Nathan?
I don't know. I mean, yes, we all have our unspeakables, but, you know, Jersey's lovely.
Nathan, you know what's my favorite thing about you? When people talk about you or see you, this is who you are. You have this tied sweater. You have your fan. You are, like, I picture you have dinner parties. I bet you don't put paper plates out in your house.
There's no paper here except that goes into the printer, of course.
See, I'm sure you have potpourri or something that smells lovely in the bathroom. It is classy.
I do have those things.
What do you think about the world? Like, we are in like a world of like decorum is not up on the up. Like, people go to theater, they wear flip-flops. We're a mess out here.
Yes, I have to agree with you on that. I don't love the theater etiquette. I must tell you, the worst part of going to the theater is, quite frankly, sitting with that audience. I mean, we want people to patronize the theater, of course. We want people to come and see all of the shows and tune into all of the shows and go to the cinema. Yes, but if you could just show up like you care about what you're going to see, that would be nice. You know, perhaps not in your gym togs. You know,
Please.
just take those off and put on. You know, I don't even require you to be, you know, glamorous. Just, you know, a nice clean pair of dungarees and a button down. You know, or a lovely T-shirt, but just something.
I'm here with you. And while we're talking,
something. I mean, you know, I know the ticket prices are ridiculous and astronomical, and they shouldn't be. But at the same time, you know, try to pull up just a little bit. Just
something, people. We're going to follow Nathan Lee Graham. I follow, and it's the best place to follow. And while we're talking, we're going to get into it. But Mid-Century Modern is on Hulu. You can watch it today. I watched it a whole Saturday. I sat down. I had an orange juice and a little egg frittata moment. in honor. That sounds fancy. And then I finished, the show was done. It was the perfect time. And I've heard so many friends, Nathan, you must hear from so many people. I heard from my aunt. I heard from my cousin. I heard from the gays. I heard from the gay adjacents. I heard from the people who have never been around, been to that anywhere, to don't know anything about Palm Springs. And they have just howled and cackled with this show.
Well, this is what we want. This is what we want. We want people to feel good about themselves after they watch the show, right? And we also want people to know that, people like us exist. We exist. We exist without shame. We age. I see these wonderful shows coming out, like the one like Love, Simon and Overcompensating. I love all of these new shows that are about coming of age, in your sexuality and celebrating the LGBTQ plus community, because we're not a monolith. What I say to you is that all of these shows should be on. They should be on all at the same time, because we're here and we age. And what I love about our show is that you're watching people who have no shame, about themselves, and it's so liberating to have that, and we know who we are. We're not discovering ourselves in that kind of way, which young people do, but that should not be the only story. It should be one of many.
That's what I love too. I see myself I love this coming out stories, and it's important that people see themselves represented.
Absolutely.
But we need to see grown people who have grown relationships, who are grown and have set their lives, and they could be together, divorced, single, trying to figure it out. Grown people, and this show,
professionals, all of those sort of things. Yes.
So when you auditioned for this and you got the call, and they say, "Hey, it's Nathan Lane. Hey, it's Matt Bomer. Hey, it's Linda Lavin. Hey, it's a show about." This is like, you must eat this with a spoon. This is so Nathan Lee. This part is made for you.
Well, it's very kind of you to say, but I treat every job the same, with 100% commitment to whatever we're trying to do, whatever we're trying to put over, right? And so, Max Muchnick and David Cohan, the creators of Mid-Century Modern, along with the wonderful Ryan Murphy, producing. When Max and David approached me, it was very simple and very easy. And that doesn't happen quite often. We had 2 Zoom sessions. The first was just to introduce, they were introduced to me. I was introduced to them formally. And then the second was, work on this and let's try this. And then the third was a chemistry read with the great and powerful Nathan Lane, whom I adore, right? And always have. So it was easy. It really was. I won't lie about that process. And then when Max called me at 10:45 p.m. New York Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time from Los Angeles, I just took the call. He says, "You got it." And he was so pleased. I was so pleased. And then I went back to bed and I lied down. And it was a very calming thing because, as I said to Tamron Hall last Friday, it was beshert. It was meant to be, and so that's it. I mean, not as glamorous as some people might think, but it was very meaningful and it meant a lot to me. And boy, oh boy, am I just so thrilled and so honored to be a part of a show that I'm proud of.
Well, I'm so proud and I'm so excited for you. And I know that you have put in years of work off-Broadway, Broadway, television, film. And now this is the special moment of this time right now for this show to be out, especially in the times we're living in. Yeah. I was watching it, and what I was amazed at with Nathan and Matt and yourself is the comedic timing and the physical comedy.
Yes.
And comedy and physical comedy is hard. Your chemistry together is off the chart. What was it like on set to be able to do all these fun, crazy things?
Well, we're all fans of each other. So when we met initially, that was already set. And then all of us are from the theater. So that has a special bond that you can't get anywhere else, where you immediately become vulnerable and you trust because there's no time not to, right? And then, as Max has mentioned in the interviews, this was like lightning in a bottle, because you can't make up chemistry. Yes. So we actually like each other. We actually speak. We actually text. We go out to dinner. We did this with the late great Linda Lavin as well, and it's such a wonderful thing when you have that. We all recognize that it's special, and that this is a rarity, and so I'm just so pleased to be a part of it, and it's so fun, and we all have similar likes and dislikes, or about the art itself. So we're working in concert all the time. When that ball is thrown up, someone's going to catch it, and it's just really exciting to be with people like that, to share the stage with them, the set.
Shout out to the people at Hulu, and shout out to the creative team for putting a show like this out and not being afraid to show, these gay gentlemen of a certain age having a grand old time. I definitely see myself and my family and people in my chosen family represented in this show. I was thinking about you. I mean, this is a minute ago now. Priscilla is a minute ago, Nathan Lee.
It is. Look at that. That's the Warrata, the national flower of Australia, I believe.
I'm obsessed. I love it. The first time I saw you on stage was in A View from Upstairs.
Oh, look at that.
What a fun, amazing show. I mean, Mr. Pope is a superstar now. Talk about Ryan Murphy. Y'all came out here swinging for the heavens with this show. And you have been a part of telling these stories like Priscilla and you've been a part of telling community stories and our community stories from the beginning. How important is it in your career that you tell queer stories for audiences out here?
Well, a few things. I've never been in the closet. I don't need, except, get some lovely drag, some lovely clothes, couture. And then of course, as I was coming up, getting out of school, all that sort of thing, I had colleagues who were in the closet who said, Nathan, you're never going to work. And I said, I can't double act, because acting is already a very vulnerable, wonderful thing. And you have to, and in order for me to have beautiful behavior right away and have it accessed, I can't double act. So none of that for me. And then, of course, I would always say to directors and casting people, none of my straight colleagues complain about doing straight roles, ever. I don't ever hear them complaining about it. Oh my God, another straight role. I got to do another straight role. So why the fuck would I care about doing a gay role when I'm gay as the 7 C's? I just want them written properly, like anyone else. And why would I want to do anything else? I don't need to prove anything to anybody. Funny is funny, drama is drama, and I just want it written well. I just want it written well. And yes, I would love to continue to do the things that I do in the way that I do them, with wonderful directors, incredible writers. I've been so fortunate. My whole career, I've been so fortunate to work with wonderful composers, writers, directors, amazing women. Women have been such a vital part of my career, working with the best actors who happen to be women in the world. And then, that's just what it is. It's unfathomable to me to worry about, the aspect of, are you a legitimate actor if you can play straight? Who cares? Is it written well? Can you go on this journey? Is the behavior there? Is this a wonderful story that everyone can relate to at some point, because we're all humans with human emotion? So that's what's most important to me. I don't have to play a straight person for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes.
It would be great if it's a great role and people want me to do it. I'm not canceling myself out of anything. But at the same time, there's just so many wonderful roles out there. And I like seeing myself, on the screen. I like being represented on the screen, because we're here in everyday life. I don't suddenly become straight when I get on the A train. So, it's like, we're here. We're everywhere. We're in every aspect of life, every vocation, So it's exciting. And I'm just so grateful that I have the opportunity to do it, and I've done it for such a long time.
You know, while you're talking, it is literally, I'm sitting here and I'm like, God, please let me be at a cocktail party with Nathan Lee Graham one day. I just want, or brunch somewhere. I just want to, like, if you are the quintessential person to sit next to at a party and kiki.
Well,
Like,
let me tell
I
you
just,
something. I could never write a book. I am going to write a book, actually, but I want to do it when I have 6 weeks left to live, because no one will have a career after I write that book, that tell-all.
that's why I want to sit next to you. Before the show came out, before Mid-Century Modern, which I'm sure your phone is blowing up, you're at all these benefits. Pride is here. You're going to be everywhere, everything, and this is going on and on. A lot of people must have stopped you and talked to you about this. They must talk to you about Zoolander. And
well, Robert, I'll be honest with you. I never know what people are going to stop me about, because fortunately for me, it's all over the place. So you have your hardcore Zoolander fans, you have your hardcore Sweet Home Alabama fans, you have your hardcore Hitch fans, and now you fold in theater camp, you fold in the comeback, you fold in people who just exclusively watch Law and Order, SVU. You know, I'm one of the few Americans that's done Absolutely Fabulous, the wonderful show from London, from the UK, and we could just go on. And the thing about it is, I never know what they're going to stop me for, and I've actually forgotten some things. So, you know, when it gets really obscure, you know, like Woke or Katie Keene, or, you know, it's just like, what? Huh? Oh yes, I did that too. You know, and then there are people who just love the stage work that I've done, which is so wonderful to be a part of. You know, the New York theater scene, and having traveled around the United States and the world performing as well. So I just really, I feel very fortunate. I feel tons of gratitude, and I'm just really pleased that this is all I've ever done, and that I'm allowed to continue to do it.
I think we're the ones that are pleased, because we've had so much joy and so much laughter seeing you do what you do. We're the lucky ones that get to see your talent and up on the screen and stages, and we are the better for it, because you've given us so much joy. I'm such a fan. This year feels like Pride is heavy and important, and all of the work that you've been doing. And we talk about Mid-Century Modern, how representation matters. How are you going to celebrate this year? What are you up to? What are you doing?
Well, there's so much going on. Yes, I'm very flattered to have been awarded the Critics' Choice Award, the Vanguard Award, along with tons of people that I love and respect. Can't wait to be in a room with all of these wonderful artists. I won't name names because I don't want to leave anyone out, although I know pretty much every single one of them. So I'm happy with that. There's a wonderful benefit here for the Ali Fournier Center called A Night of a Thousand Judys, and I'm winning the Judy Icon Award after my dear, 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 uber talented friend Justin Vivian Bond, who won it the first year. So that's how I'm sort of celebrating Pride, because, you know, I get an opportunity to do all of these things, you know, even speaking with the people at JP Morgan Chase, and just every echelon of society, you know, that I get to dip my toe into. That's what Pride means to me, that we show up. My activism, as I've said before, is like, well, there she is again. There she is again, like a glamorous cockroach. You know, I'm never going to go away. And that to me is activism, showing up and showing out by doing what I do. And someone in Shibuya, Mississippi is going to say, oh, I see that person. If they can do it, it's possible for me to do whatever it is they want to do. You don't have to go into show business, but you can see yourself being represented in a positive way. And you say to yourself, oh yes, we exist. We're here. We're alive. You know, it's
and
wonderful.
we're not going anywhere either.
Oh no, I'm afraid not.
A glamorous cock. Can I steal that? That is the best line.
Please.
We're like a glamorous cockroach. I'm just going to keep showing up. That's it.
Keep showing up. Can't get rid of us. In the best homes, honey. In the best homes. And I've been in some lovely homes. let me tell you. And there is good old Ye Cockroach scurrying across the kitchen. You know,
I need a bucket list. I'm going to put that on here.
yes,
Brunch with Nathan Lee Graham.
yes, we must have it.
But I'm here for it. Glamorous cockroaches. Here we
Yes,
are.
yes, I've seen them run across all the Baccarat crystal. So we're everywhere.
Are you must be self-taping. You must be ready for the next gig. I know that people are talking about the next season of Mid-Century Modern already as we wait. Like you're just the train keeps rolling.
The train keeps rolling. You know, there's some films coming out. There's some indies on the horizon. I'm just fortunate that people want to work with me. I want to work with them. You know, I'm old school, so I show up, hit my mark, know my lines, and keep it moving.
Go home.
And that's pretty much it. You know, there's not a lot of histrionics with me. I save that for the actual characters.
And that's the way to be. We're so honored to be here with you. I love you. I'm so happy for you. I wish you nothing but the best. I'm ready for the work, and keep making us laugh. And we'll be, if you haven't watched it yet, I don't know what you've been doing, but Mid-Century Modern is out.
Must watch. You must watch. We need that second wave of watching. You know, so many people watched it right away. You know, and because we opened at #1 that weekend, like a film, because they dropped all 10. But what's so exciting is that we do this in front of a live studio audience, which is important for people to know. That's not a laugh track. It's been massaged so we, you know, because there's a sound department, but there's no laugh track. People are actually laughing. And, you know, in season 2, we're going to have that laughter be a little bit more raucous, like it was on The Golden Girls or All in the Family.
Well, you'll be laughing too from your house because I was, and it's bawdy. Like you all get away with some fun little double entendre, cheeky. You're gonna get a kick out of it, everybody.
Yes, I think so. It's for everyone to watch and to laugh and to feel good.
You're gonna laugh and feel good, and that's what you make us do. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna follow you, Nathan Lee Graham, on Instagram, so we can stay up to wherever they're gonna be. And I'm gonna try to, you know, my husband is very much like he does not allow me to have paper plates. He tells me that, why is my shirt wrinkled? He's taught me how to properly clean a bathroom because he says no. He's taught me I have a punch bowl, crystal punch. Nathan Lee Graham, why does anyone need a crystal punch bowl?
For punch, darling. For punch.
Classy bras.
You need it for punch. I mean, my God, what are the benefits of being a human being? Alligators and elephants don't have punch bowls.
Okay, well, just for you.
Yeah, we get to have punch bowls. You know, Arthur, who I play, he's so about people feeling good about themselves. That's why he wants the world to look good. That's why he likes to dress people and talk about it. Nathan Lee Graham, listen, I don't need to tell you how bad you look. So I could care less. But all I can say to you is, do you want to go down in the plane in that outfit?
Do you have
ask yourself that when you get dressed for the plane? Do you want to go out like this just in case? In this, looking like a schlumpadinka? I'm just saying, just ask yourselves.
Oh my God, I fly on Thursday. I gotta change my sweatpants. I gotta put something.
Yes. I mean, put on some Lululemon. Do something.
I could do that.
Upgrade even the American sportswear.
Do you have house shoes? You would never wear your outside shoes in your home.
No, I have 5 pairs of slippers. I'm wearing 2 of them right now. Yes, I'm wearing a pair of slippers right now from Muji that I love.
See, these are the things I had to learn, Nathan Lee Graham.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just roll up on the couch and take. The look was death. Oh,
listen,
see?
If I fall out, if I get out from here and hit my head and they have to find me 3 days later, at least I'm going to be in my matching heather gray togs.
I love you. You're my favorite.
You know what I'm saying? So go with God, honey, and put on some panties.
Come on, be a fancy cockroach and stick around. But okay, Nathan Lee Graham, we love you. Thank you for being here. Happy Pride. Much love.
Yes, happy Pride to you, and mazel tov on the wedding. Congratulations.
Much love. Thank you.
Fantastic.
He is the most ridiculous, fun, sweet. I love him, and I love him. He is one of my favorite guests of all time. Of all time. So I love it. Everybody, Alyssa says she's obsessed with Hulu. Adrian says her favorite movie is Star Wars. Margaret says it was great to have you there. I've never been in the closet except to get me some lovely drag, some lovely clothes, couture. That is iconic. Nathan Lee Graham is iconic. Yes, Adrian says, can we get this wonderful actor some more roles? He's amazing. Hi, Auntie Maureen. How you doing? Margaret says she didn't see it, but she is interested. Shalapa dinka. That's Adrian's new word. Slapa dinka. Do alligators have punch bowls, darling? That whole piece is what I'm putting on Instagram because that's the funniest shit ever. When he says to put punch, darling. Oh, we need to see more Nathan Lee Graham. Mid-century modern, has great writers, great cast, fantastic delivery, superb and fun. Do you want to go down in the plane in that outfit? Can you up your loungewear? We do have a punch bowl. Y'all are ridiculous. That's why he's iconic. We have another long interview with another ridiculous person. Jeff Hiller, you may have seen him in Somebody Somewhere. You may have seen him on American Horror Story. This book is so funny for my queer friends and my gay adjacent friends. I kikied. The book is named after every chapter is after another actress autobiography. You know what? Let me tell. We have 3 punch bowls. Crocodiles have a punch bowl. Alligators have a punch bowl. Humans have a punch bowl. Another Pride classic of an actor who needs more work because they're so freaking brilliant. Jeff Hiller is here. Take a peek.
Well, as we celebrate Pride here on the Roundtable, it's our biggest month, and we are loud and prouder than ever this year. And I have the perfect book for you to read. You know our next guest. You love him on television. He scared me in American Horror. I was scared of him in American Horror Story. But he's so funny. And when I picked up his book, which is now out, everybody, and you can get a copy of it as you're listening to this, and I want you all to see Actress of a Certain Age, with the funniest chapter titles of all time, including the funniest asterisks telling you about the chapter titles. And I thought, what am I going to learn about Jeff? And I realized what I learned about Jeff is he's incredibly funny. He seems incredibly sweet. He's incredibly from Texas, people. I have a lot to ask him. Jeff Hiller is here, and we are so excited. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm sorry I scared you. That is the real me, the one on American Horror Story.
This is terrifying. No, it is not. Don't say that. This interview's over. Oh, God. That's called range, because how do you go from things like this to this?
Honey, she's an actress. She's an actress.
All the emotion from Nightcap to American Horror Story. Excuse me? Amazing. And you did not originally set out to be an actor.
No, I was going to be a pastor at first. But then, you know, happy Pride. And so I felt like that was maybe not a good match. You can be a pastor now. People sometimes get mad at me for saying you can't. I totally know you can be a gay pastor now. You couldn't when in the 90s when I was first coming out. But yeah, and I always really wanted to be an actor anyway. So it was for the best.
Well, it all turned out and worked out in the most beautiful, amazing way. And the whole thing is documented with Actress of a Certain Age, which is really fun. And it's laugh out loud funny. Like it is like I'm in the bed just chuckling to myself out loud. How long have you worked on this book?
It took me about a year to actually write it, but a lot of it is based on stand-up that I've done through the years. And then I did a full stand-up show just so I could create content for the book.
Well, you have the perfect content in the book, and it's an incredible tale about family and about your journey. So like you said, you were going to be a pastor. You took other roads to becoming an actor. You had other jobs as well. And I want you right here, Jeff, without people have not read the book yet, to free yourself of the guilt of choosing to be a famous television star and putting away your social work. Jeff, someone has to make money. Someone has to have a job. Someone needs to be on TV, and it's you.
That's right. Suck it, poor people.
I have I have seasons of a television show that I have on. No, did you really feel guilty? It's a joke, but you are doing social work and you are helping people every day by making them laugh in a scale that you never could do.
That's true. And plus I wasn't very good at being a social worker. I was pretty bad at it. I was kind of inept. So it's for the best. It's for the best. I'm much more successful at this.
and not everybody and your talents and what you can do is something really, really special. I loved hearing your journey. I loved hearing about Upright Citizens Brigade. I loved hearing about you moving to New York, to LA. The whole book is outlined. Was there something that was hard to talk about in the book?
Well, I talk about my mom dying, which I know people are like, oh God, I don't want to read some book about your dead mom. But I swear, I keep it light and we'll go through it quick. And then maybe talking about being bullied as a kid was kind of hard because I kind of hadn't taken in how traumatic bullying is or was. And so that was, I think, a little bit difficult. But I was really, because I have read so many celebrity memoirs, I was like, let's keep it light. Let's keep it moving.
And you addressed that from the beginning. And you know what's funny is as a little gay boy, yeah. I did as well. But you have me beat because you've read hundreds. And then you brought receipts because not only did you read hundreds, you've reread many. Yeah. So we have this thing in my house, as you know, you're married and I'm married, and we're all the gays are here, people, and we're not going anywhere. And we have a battle in my house because my husband's nerddom is he likes books about like dragons and wizards and witches. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you're such a nerd. And then he says, but you read Dolly Parton's autobiography every year. Yes, I do. So
that's different. She's a goddess.
Exactly. I don't care about dragons. I want to know how Dolly wrote Jolene. That's
exactly her coat of many colors story. It's too beautiful. I cry.
It's a whole chapter. Jeff, that is why I loved your book, because I got it right from the beginning. I was that young kid who was reading all the celebrity autobiographies. So how did that start for you? And now you have your own.
Isn't that Christ? I mean, with a really loose definition of celebrity, but yes. I think because I wanted to perform and I wanted to be an actor, I liked reading a book where I know that they're eventually going to make it. And I loved that. And when I was younger, it felt like, oh, this is hope. And then as I aged and I wasn't having the success that they were, I was like, oh, wait, this is kind of depressing, actually. But I also just really love hearing people's stories. I love hearing what people's lives are like. That's just something that's interesting to me. And, I also, I want to hear the hot goss. I want to hear like who Ione Skye slept with. I want to hear.
I want it. That's what I want. What do you mind besides yours? I know you've been editing a book. Would you know the last biography you read?
Oh yeah. I just read, I'm reading Paul Shear's. I just read Jeffrey Self's. Before that, I did read Ione Skye not that long ago. And there was another really big one that I just read. Oh, well, Cher. I read Cher and Barbara.
I read both of those. You get your gay card revoked if you don't read Barbara and Cher.
That's right. That Barbara one was like, call me my honey.
That was a college course. I think I got 3 credits at a community college somewhere in Palm Springs Community College. You read the Barbara book.
But it was so good. It was so good.
And she gives the tea in that as well. You could read between the lines about her boyfriends and co-stars. And I got you, Barbara girl. So Jeff, for you gave an outline in the beginning of the rules that you were going to follow, because you say crazy things. They're not crazy. You say very educated things like, we're not going to talk much about my childhood because you don't care. We're going to get to some of the good, juicy part. You spill some celebrity tea. You talk about your famous friends. You talk about dating. You have if you want to read, he's done the research for you. He made the perfect book.
Well, aren't you like, oh God, now they're talking about their grandparents? Oh my God. I just want to see when you got the movie.
Well, yeah, it's funny because I did an interview recently with someone who wrote a book, a very good book, and the first 2 chapters were great grandparents. And I thought about you because I had just done this interview, and I thought, like, man, I skimmed through those chapters. A great book.
Totally. And sometimes they're like telling really important things that like play out in their life, but like, you don't need to hear about my parents' parents. There's nothing much that is going to tell you anything.
While we're talking to Jeff, make sure you follow him on Instagram right now at Boom Boom Miller and get up to date so you can see all the things that you're doing and all the things that he does. My favorite chapters in the book are definitely when you move here and you are talking about your improv years and all of the work that you did. And what I loved about it is you're very forthright and say, like, you did shows for $10, I don't know, half a cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You performed in all different venues in front of from 2 people to many people. And you really has that skill. Improv, is that something that people learn? Are you innately born with it? How do you talk about what you were able to just kind of find your niche?
Yeah. And it's funny because I really thought I would be bad at it. And then I was like, oh, I'm actually great at this. But I think that I think people can learn. That's why they have classes. And I taught them. So I'm not such a hypocrite that I'm like, oh, you can't learn it. I just teach it for the money. But I think you can learn it. But I think that there is it can be really helpful for people who are think too much. And but I think that if you do think too much, you might not ever be super successful at improv. But here's the good news. Improv doesn't pay anything. So you don't need to be good at it. If you take a few lessons from it and that helps you in your job where you are preparing lots of things and working really hard and looking at all the details, beautiful. But it's okay if you're not good at improv.
So, well, I love it. You can learn all about it, and he will tell you all about it in the book. And then you also tell the story about how you became somebody somewhere and how that journey happened with Bridget. It's a crazy story. That's really what, like, you got a message and you auditioned and you did not know her super well. You were not like besties.
No. No, and it definitely wasn't written for me or anything like that. No. Yeah. And I think that, we worked really hard to foster chemistry and make it seem like we were besties. But no, we weren't. We're just really great actors. I mean, we're friends now.
Yes.
I have her cell phone number, Robert.
See, look, you could text her right now. And
I could. I won't, though. Just kidding.
Will she answer is the question. Eventually?
Oh, I don't want to find out. No, we're actually friends.
Yeah, and you shared like years of, you spent COVID times together, like trapped in a house. You detail that in the book as well.
Yeah, it was like a big sort of Real Housewives like mansion,
right?
With like dual staircases and not enough furniture.
That's fancy network money because if you're a web series, you're not staying in that house.
No, well, I will say. It was in Lamont, Illinois. It was not like in downtown Chicago or anything.
Fair. Also chronicles that story and the many twists and drama and good and bad moments that all happened in that time of your life as well. Jeff, I have a confession to make. Okay. I was worried that we weren't, I got married this weekend and we were talking about, would I be able to be here? And I said, I have to talk to Jeff. I read the book. I'm prepared. I'm ready to talk to him. But you talk about your own organizational skills in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I wonder how Jeff keeps track of what his interviews, his press, because you're so hard on yourself. You make it like you forget to like breathe, eat, sleep. Like, do you have notes everywhere? Do you have an insane Google Calendar?
Unfortunately, I never forget to eat. Or sleep for that matter. Those are the things that I remember.
I remember those. Done.
There's been more than one occasion where I have been like, oh, who's calling me? Oh my God, it's an interview. Yeah, I'm not great at details. That's, I think, why I'm good at improv. So I probably should have like gone to acting school and learned how to like read the script 1,000 times and find all the small nuances, but I didn't. But yeah, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to remember all of the, like, for instance, I'm just looking down and being like, oh, you have your full name and I just have my first name with no
it.
capitalizes.
It says casual. It says we're friends and we're hanging out together. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's
Let's
what you
just say
made
it's good that there was a copy editor on the book. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I loved about the book is that you speak to us in such a funny, tongue-in-cheek way, but it's so casual. It feels like we're having a conversation. It's like
Oh, good.
you
That's what I
are
wanted.
literally going to have a cup of coffee or having a lunch moment with you as friends, and you're just telling us about some of the favorite moments that have happened to you.
But I want to say in real life, I am a better friend. I actually listen in real life.
It's not just 200 pages of you just talking. Perfect.
Maybe after a cocktail, but
what is your process to write? Did you set times? Did you have what do they call that? I don't have one. A deadline?
Oh,
You had to get the book in?
I did. I had a deadline, and when I turned it in on time, which was a surprise to everyone, including me, my editor was like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd actually turn it in on time. I don't have time to read this for a couple months."
Well, how do you judge if something's funny on the written page without you having an audience? How do you know these jokes land? What is it, an instinct? Is it you reading it to your friends or people? How do you get the vibe right?
Well, that's what I would go and do things on, like I would write chapters and then I would pull the jokes out to try and do them in stand up around New York. And the ones that hit the best I would keep. And there were some that I was like, this is so funny. And then I'd get up there and people would be like, man. And then you're like, well, I guess I got to kill this darling.
And it took me out because I had known your television work. I had known you from American Horror Story, which I love so much and scary. And then but I have never seen your stand-up. I've never gone to a comedy club in New York and seen Jeff. I'm now live in Detroit. I don't think Jeff's been here yet. I would love for you to come on down and tell jokes out here in the Midwest. And I read the book, and from the first chapter, you just get it. You're just going to get it. And this is what I say. If you're celebrating Pride and you're part of the LGBTQIA plus community, you're going to love it. But if you're just looking to chuckle and this summer, you want to hear a fun story and you want to laugh and you want to read it on your cruise, on your plane, at home, on a Saturday morning, this is the book to read, Jeff. It is so fun.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's fun too. Just a nice little fun beach read.
Fun beach read. When you're coming to Newark Airport and you have a 3-hour delay and your plane has lost satellite, this is the book you should be reading.
Oh, I mean, I don't want people to associate my book with Newark Airport, but sure, yeah. You know, when they told me it was going to be released in June for Pride, I was like, what? This isn't a gay book. I just happen to be gay. And then I reread it and I was like, this is a gay book.
I mean, it is called Actress of a Certain Age.
Well, I mean,
let's
just lean in.
Many actresses in the book, and their chapters are named after actresses. So how did you choose the chapter titles? Did you narrow this down? Did you leave out some of your favorites, or are they all there?
I left out a lot of my favorites because I wanted the title. Oh, so each chapter is named after a celebrity memoir. And I wanted, like, for instance, Bossy Pants isn't in there. And when I sent it to Tina Fey, who very kindly blurbed the book, she was like, how come there's no Bossy Pants chapter? And I was like, because I just do not have a chapter that even slightly relates to the word Bossy Pants. I'm just not a Bossy Pants person. And that's why Tina's career is where her career is, and my career is where my career is.
Do you have Tina Fey's phone number like you have Bridget's?
No, but I do have her email, I guess.
If you see Jeff, that doesn't mean you can mug him and steal his cell phone, people. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it. Not for Tina, no. Exactly. But I every single book that's mentioned in there is one that I have read, except for one. There is one called Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man by Tim Allen. I have not read that one, but the title so perfectly matches a story that I tell in that chapter that I just had to use it. But everything else I've read.
You sure do. You tell the story. I'm telling you, people, he's going to tell you about his experiences in his life. That's why you need to take a moment and read the book.
So you can hear a story about me being naked on Fifth Avenue in New York City.
And getting paid.
And let's just leave it there. If you want more details, you got to buy the book.
Got paid for it, people. So get the book. What was it like when you just unboxed it? I saw it on social media. They're physically available, and you have events coming up. You're going to be there in conversation with different co-stars and like all of the people that you're out and about, and you're going to be around signing books. And I hope you randomly walk into bookstores and just sit down and start signing books. Even if they're not yours, just sign them. Just take a book.
Gary, even if they're not mine. Gary Janetti told me that he does that. He goes into bookstores and he signs them, his books, not just everybody's books. And I thought,
it's not like Grapes of Wrath.
Surprise! No, except Grapes of Wrath of all the books. I love it.
So
All My Love. Again, was that Steinbeck? I don't know.
That's right. So you can follow on Instagram. The dates are going to be there, and you're going to be around. And I'm sure people are going to see this and read this. And I know that a lot of people are going to see themselves. I love the story about you coming from the South and coming from Texas and coming to New York and LA and making it, because I know there are many people out here, especially young artists, who are going to get inspired. When you hear that from people, or people find you funny and find inspiration in who you are, it's got to be worth all of the, no pay shows and all of the hard struggling days, that your work now gets to be seen and inspire the next generation.
Well, I don't really think about inspiring the next generation. My fan demo is kind of my generation. It's not like not a lot of twinks are like, I love Jeff Hiller. But I do love that I don't have to have a day job anymore. It feels like, it feels so great that I don't have to wait tables or make spreadsheets or teach improv. It feels very, very exciting and wonderful. And I love that I get to act, because I love acting.
I'm going to name a chapter in my autobiography, Twinks Say We Love Jeff Hiller. That's my...
I'm just trying to think what that chapter would be about. And I feel like it could go a couple different ways.
It could. And I haven't written it yet, but I'm going to think about it. But it's not, I better write that down.
I'm going to read that book, obviously.
Obviously, you read them all. I feel like I need your address. I'm going to send you some deep cuts. I got to find you some that you haven't read yet. And this is the one that you're going to read this summer, everybody. This is the book that you're going to read. In all seriousness, Pride is here. It's a crazy year. The world is kind of on fire. They come for us and our community all of the time. Is it something that you felt like, you tell your story about you and your husband, you talk about dating, you talk about your journey. Was that something that you felt you needed to tell for you? Or do you hope we get some inspiration, or should we look to you as a, let's fight this fight together. Let's march with Jeff.
Oh, well, I'm definitely going to march with you. I don't know that I should be at the front of the line. I really want to support. I'm not a leader. I just told you I can't remember appointments. I'm not going to be able to plan a revolution. But I do think that this is absolutely. I mean, and this year Pride isn't just a fun party with a Chipotle float. This year Pride is a protest where we have to say, we have to stick up for our brothers and sisters and siblings who are being completely marginalized. And I think as white cisgendered gay man, I have some privilege that a lot of my queer siblings do not have, and I really want to stand in solidarity amongst us. Yeah, absolutely. Especially right now.
Absolutely. So our trans family and our people of color that are out here, that are in the queer community, or everybody that we've got to stand. We stand right next to you. See how eloquently he said it? That's why he has a book, everybody. And I know you can get it right now. Actress of a certain age. And look, he's an author. He's a comedian. He's an actor. What do you call yourself? What is your job? Are you an actor? Are you an artist? Are you a comedian?
A multi-hyphenate. I'm like J-Lo.
You are like J-Lo.
But a much smaller ass. I think of myself as a performer, first and foremost. Yeah.
He is a smaller ass J-Lo performer.
J-Hi.
You would have been way funnier than she was on the American Music Awards the other night. That's for sure.
Oh, no, coming for J-Lo.
No, I love her.
I got Iowa in trouble.
You're right. Fair. Good. No, we love J-Lo. We love everybody. And we love Jeff Hiller. And we were so excited.
I really do love J-Lo.
She's going to be in Vegas. We should go. You want a double date to Vegas? Let's go
Yeah.
to the Coliseum.
Oh, I would love that. I would
Oh.
love. I just saw Beyonce on Saturday. Oh, what a
At
show!
MetLife,
Yes, the Meadowlands.
which nothing says classy like the Meadowlands in New Jersey. That's where I grew up, Jeff.
Did it?
Yes, 2 miles from there. And I was flying into New Jersey to get married, and everyone on my plane was dressed as a cowboy. And I was so jealous that I was getting married and missing the Beyonce concert. I told my brother,
Well, why do I have to get stupid married?
I said to my brother, if you were a good ally to your gay brother at his gay wedding, his bachelor party would have been at the Beyonce concert Saturday and then get married on Sunday. He blew it.
Well, you know what? The thing is that we have to take some ownership of that because we need to teach our allies.
I should have taught him. I should have, Sean.
About allyship.
If Beyonce is in the town and your gay brother is here, that's a mandatory thing. Everyone knows that.
It does seem mandatory. It seems like a mandatory meeting. One of my favorite drag queens.
That's perfect. Mine, same. I love and adore you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the
having
comedy.
me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the book. Actress of a Certain Age is out. And Jeff, he's going to boom. He's going to have more stuff. There's going to be more television, more stand-up, more shows, maybe more books. Maybe there's going to be so much more to come. So you got to stay up to date. We'll be following you. Everybody go to Boom Boom Hiller on Instagram. I'm following, and we'll stay up to speed and date on all the things. My show is your show anytime. It's such an honor and pleasure to talk to you. I really am such a fan. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for having me. And congratulations to you, too.
Thank you
and
so
I'm
much.
sorry. My condolences about the Beyonce thing.
She's got a tour. Give me one more tour, Beyonce. One more.
She's got more in her.
I think she's got
it. How fun. How incredibly fun. Jeff Hiller. If you didn't know Nathan and if you didn't know Jeff, I guarantee you're going to know Nathan and Jeff now for this Pride. I did really read. I'm not lying. I really sat down and read this whole book. It's a great book. It's on Amazon. Get it. I think he was at Bookends, or he's coming to Bookends in New Jersey as well. A says he is a scene stealer. He's a great actor and very funny. Cat Daddy say they saw Jeff in Urinetown at Encores a couple of months ago. He was hysterical and he stole every scene. The Punch Bowl lives. We have a Punch Bowl. Any respectable human has a Punch Bowl. Good night. Barbara, my good friend Barbara says the two best people. I love you, Barbara, and I miss you. I hope it's going great at NJ Pack. Amy Lee says, I love Jeff and his book is the best read I've read in a long time. Latte says she's peeing her pants. Cat Daddy says 100%. Marie says, what a laugh fest. Christine says, tonight's show has been such a good time. Fabulous guest, Robert. I like J-Lo, but with a smaller ass. That's great. And A says, right, Christine, this has been the best 2 interviews yet. So we had a good time. What a way. I told you we were going to end Pride with a bang. Happy Pride, everybody. May you love, may you live, and may you be truthful to who you are. Never feel judged or forced to succumb to anything than what you are in your heart, in your soul, and in your spirit. I wish you nothing but love and joy. I love you I love my life. I love this show. It's going to get bigger and bigger all year long. I love you for being here. I can't wait to tell you next week's adventure. So join me on Thursday when Kem, Detroit's own Platinum Grammy superstar Kem, is going to be here. I've been trying to get Kem on the show for years. His book is amazing as well. And I'll bring you a whole bunch of more crazy stuff. And then in 2 weeks, I'll be here with Mallory Lewis and Sherry Lewis. Puppet herself, Lamb Chop, is here. And so much more coming to you on the Roundtable. God bless you. Remember, there's more joy than there is sadness. There's more love than there is hate. There is more good than there is bad. The best is absolutely yet to come. Happy Pride to you. Love to you back, Christina, to all the Roundtablers and everyone that's here tonight and always. I'll see you over on YouTube, on the Broadway Podcast Network, and on Broadway World tomorrow. Till next time, God bless you. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.